Disappointing start to IEM Katowice. Tell me a bit about that game against Fnatic from your perspective.
I mean, from my POV, I feel like we didn't really get into the round that much. I think they were doing a little bit of aggressive setups towards like Banana, so we couldn't really take car and then like go back, do A shit and do whatever. So definitely there's that. Other than that, it's kind of hard to, know what was going on without rewatching the game. So. Yeah.
In terms of the veto, obviously best of ones kind of can be up in the air. Was Inferno a map that you kind of expected to come out of Fnatic?
Yeah, it was one of 3 maps, but yeah, Inferno was definitely one of them.
You guys came straight from Blast. Tell me a bit about what that preparation was like coming into Katowice straight away after Blast.
I mean, we're kind of just still focusing on ourselves because we're still like kind of new of a new team, I guess, with Jared coming in. So we're kind of still focusing on ourselves and not really trying to like counter strat everything, just so we're not really learning much from our game. So in terms of preparation, we're kind of just just focusing on ourselves and just hoping we improve.
You mentioned Wiz coming in there. Tell me what it's been like working with him so far in the short time that you've had.
I mean, it's been fun. I mean, I've been friends with Jared for like 3 years now, so I mean, having him come in, it kind of just brings a lot more sense of familiarity, and yeah. So I mean, it's been fun having Jared come in. His clutches have been insane too, and scrims is crazy.
Even for yourself, like still kind of new to the tier 1 scene, like you've had the major and now Katowice. Tell me, what's the nerves kind of been like for you? Has it been settling down a bit, or?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes so. Usually, like the first game, or not even the first game, just the first like few rounds of the first game of the tournament. Usually, there's like a lot more nerves, but then it just kind of dies down as the game goes on. Because I've done that like 1,000 times, so it's pretty normal after that.
There was another new addition to your team with HexT coming in as an assistant coach. With a mind like his, like being one of the best in NA, tell me what's been like working with him so far.
He's actually had a lot of good input, which, like, playing against him in like ECL and things like that. I mean, it's just like you don't really think anyone else is like that good, but then actually talking with Alan and seeing how he approaches the game, I mean, he definitely has a good mind, and it's been helping a lot so far.
So at the moment, we actually don't know who you guys are going to play next, whether it's Sprout or OG. Is there any kind of preference there who you'd like to play in a best of 3?
Honestly, I have no idea, but I know Sprout plays, at least scrims, they play really aggro. So, I mean, I don't think it would be too hard to like anticipate what they're going to do. OG, though, I think they're a solid team, so I mean, I would definitely like to play Sprout over OG.
You mentioned they're playing Sprout and scrims. From being in EU and having a bit more time to scrim against the top teams, like, what have you kind of learned, or like who have you learned the most from playing against?
Probably Navi. I mean, they're that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, they're pretty good. So I mean, just the way they approach the game is not really how the average team approaches the game right now. So that's definitely new, and it's very interesting to see when they play games again.
And obviously, this is like one of the first big events of the year coming into 2023. Before the start of the season, what were the kind of expectations that you guys set as a team?
I mean, usually the expectations we set are just kind of improve and play our game. But then after we've been, like we're settled in, I think then that's when we start setting like high expectations for ourselves.
Thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, no worries.
That was awkward as it gets.
You gotta keep that in.
I have to.